Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining today's session. We're gonna practice Satsang today, which is the lifestyle that Guru Maharaj taught, which is the form of inner meditation, inner yoga, where we look deep inside to come to states of higher consciousness and peace. And this is something that when you come together in a group session, it can really amplify all of the energy and everything we're creating here. And then when you take this practice to your solo meditations in your daily life, you can connect back into this source of light that we will connect with today, and make sure that this positive energy is flowing through your entire life. So today's session is going to be me starting out with our topic for the day, and then if my dad hops on, he might guide us. Otherwise, I will just guide us through the meditation today, and then we will get into our Q&A session. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay. So I think it's just maybe Is your audio off, Ish? But yeah, so thank you guys all for being here. And yeah, I'm just going to get into today's topic and then we can start the meditation. So today I'm going to start us off with more of a lighter topic, a more fun topic, which is abundance versus lack. So, an abundant soul is fulfilled internally and never lacks anything, similar to this universe. So, if you look around you, the leaves on the trees, the grass on the floor, the sand at the beach, the water in the ocean, and, the vast blue sky full of white clouds are all abundant. And, similarly, our souls are abundant and infinite. So when a human being is lacking anything, whether it's around peace of mind, financial resources, or it's the need to control things around them because they feel like there's not enough, that more won't come, right? It stems from a lack of knowing and connecting with the truth of their soul. And the truth is that we will never leave this earth with the possessions we accumulated or the connections we made, but we will leave this earth with the vibration that our soul vibrates on and the state of consciousness that we were able to reach on this short journey that we call life. So, in order to make the most of that, we have to connect with the energies of inner fulfillment, realizing that our soul is whole, and also abundance, realizing that the more grateful we are for everything around us and within us, the closer we will get to a feeling of true peace and inner contentment. So take a moment every now and then to look around you, be grateful, and romanticize the little things in your life too. And that will actually help us to move away from toxic patterns and cycles because we simply won't need to engage anymore, whether it's with specific people, places, or things. We become neutral observers, which will help us to let go of the deep emotions we have tied to certain events and people, letting go of the need to control and instead allowing the energy of presence to flow through us, letting go of the need to need anything, and allowing the universe to surprise you with your blessings that are coming your way regardless. Feeling less envious or jealous of others and more content with all that you've been blessed with and all you will be blessed with. This is your unique journey. And feeling less angry and more full of love than ever before. And sometimes you might even feel less chatty and talkative. You might want to be silent. And it's because you're more full of peace. And you want to be quiet to maintain that higher state of consciousness, peace, and bliss. So the next time your ego pulls you into that feeling of lack in any area of your life, remember that your soul is whole. There is nothing missing in you, it's all within you. And when you continuously connect with that feeling of wholeness and certainty that this universe has your back and the light is vibrating within you, it's safe to say that inner fulfillment and peace are right around the next corner. So that's just my food for thought today. Just, filling ourselves with abundance internally, remembering that we are infinite souls and that we will never lack anything, especially within. So it all stems from within, where that's what we're practicing here. And I think let's get into today's meditation. Dad is also here if you want to guide us, and then we can do our Q&A after.
Absolutely. Um, so um, basically, today I have to join the session after this one at Jaipur, my hometown, where a lot of people have gathered. I was planning to go to UK and to uh, India, but somehow the circumstances made me stay, which is fine. But very charged up. And I was just reading about, you know, where this all started. And, you know, while describing his meeting with his guru, my grandfather elaborately talks about lots of things. But one process that he elaborates there is that, and for lack of better words, some of these things, you know, hard to even understand that they exist. Um, you know, so I'll start with the negative because monkey mind is something people have related to more when I've talked about inner peace and quiet and all those things for years, because, and there are obvious reasons for that. So let's talk about how negative people pull others down, and they do. And we see that happen, I would say literally every day. But then flip it. Positive people pull everybody up, and that happens too. We don't talk about that much because sometimes we just, oh, that's, um, it's not that much of a gossip or a discussion or um, a point to be made. Um, However, you take it one level up. What if you not only imbibe the positivity, embody the transcendental energy, but then you intentionally, with intent, pull everybody around you up? And that is, I think, the basis of satsang. And elaborately, my grandfather documents this. And interestingly, what he says, like, actually, I was uh, also this morning, just a few minutes ago, I was listening to a TED talk, and it was about, whatever the subject was, but at one point, the speaker says, why don't we talk about unconditional love more? And and he, obviously created a whole story around it. But have we seen unconditional love? So Guru Maharaj actually describes that in his life, what happened was before even Dada Guru Maharaj, as his guru, gave him the first lesson, he actually experimented, or that was an established process for him. So I wouldn't even say it was experimentation. It was actually how you cleanse somebody's inner world, inner being, inner, uh, thoughts, um, heart, um, basically uplift them without their knowing for a period of time. And he says that that works. And he says that all you have to do is, and that he says, like, he came to know of all those things later, but for a few months, a couple of months, Dada Guru Maharaj was sending him. So we do say, let's send, prayers, send positive vibes. But what if we intentionally uplift someone's inner being to a higher state? And he said that that was being done for him. So, one, he even describes how you do that. And that description is that you do what we do, which is basically what we do is what Guru Maharaj uh, learned from his guru, right? Exactly, just packaged it slightly differently. Um, so you embody transcendental energy. Once you heart and center it in your heart, once your heart is uplifted, enlightened, and that light you transmit intentionally to another person's heart. And Guru Maharaj says that that process cannot fail if you're truly embodying that energy. And that is probably the key. But if we practice enough and if we figure out this uh, easy but still not so easy to implement process of embodying, manifesting, uh, transcendental energy. And once we do that, imagine if we have abundance of peace, light, and love in our heart, what will happen? It will splash. It will affect others. There is absolutely no question in my mind. So instead of talking about how somebody else affected me, we will start talking about, or actually, that's one of the problems that we don't talk about, uh, what in a positive, you know, uh, those people who do positive are also told, don't talk about this, because that'll uh, kind of twist your ego. So anyway, so let's practice what, you know, this story I was reading, yeah, more than a century ago, um, Dada Guru Maharaj utilized this to uplift Guru Maharaj in so many, um, you know, he basically within months uh, taught him so many things, and I think most of it was not even discussed or, you know, uh, it was not translated into words, quote unquote. But anyway, so let's practice this. This is a phenomenal, amazingly effective process. And and uh, and sometimes I just talk about inner peace, calm, getting grounded, those basics. Yeah, absolutely. First session itself, we can see all that. But this can really take us to a level where, um, you know, this transcendental energy can manifest, can be embodied, and that embodiment changes how we look at ourselves, how we look at, the rest of the universe, and how we find that we are integral part of all this. So let's get to it. Eyes lightly closed, and then observe your body. Make sure it's completely still and relaxed. So relaxed and still posture. If there is any strain anywhere, just make sure you are in still and relaxed posture. And then think of this transcendental energy, which is right here, right now, not far, and emitting from a conscious source and entering our heart and enlightening our heart, and then distributing to every part of our body. So we are becoming that energy, we are becoming that light. Mind wanders away, then bring it back to just this thought alone, that this transcendental energy is in front of us and entering our heart, enlightening our heart, and distributing throughout our body. And we are becoming one with this light. We'll start with music. Music fades away. Then we go into deep meditation on this transcendental light. And then we transition out with music again. Let's start. go ahead. I'll be here for a few more minutes, and then I'll maybe 5. Uh,
Yeah, I thought your talk today was really powerful because I think the instinct is just to not want to wish well when somebody kind of hurts you or does something, and then eventually you realize it's hurting you along with the other person. So the best thing to do is put yourself back into positive energy and then bring that person up too.
no, but I think it kind of starts with a mindset shift that you need to make, that I will uplift myself,
Mm-hmm.
and in the process itself, you know, kindness, compassion, love, you know, and a lot of neuroplasticity and behavioral change, um, and the knowledge, rewiring of that knowledge, all that happens. So I think what happens is clarity, purpose in life becomes. I think we realize our purpose in life when we are able to find something which is larger than ourselves. And once also all that evolution happens, and then giving back just becomes very easy, because now nobody seems you don't seem to be isolated, and nobody else seems to be not connected, and so on and so forth. All right.
Were you here in the beginning?
No, I think you were wrapping up when I joined.
Because I also spoke about the abundance of the soul, which is like realizing you're whole, and you kind of added well to that. Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for joining. Would be great to hear from anybody who wants to come on.
Hi.
Hey.
It's always me. How are you?
Breaking the ice every time.
Hi,
No.
Sanjeev.
Hello.
Oh, that was powerful, that one. It was I started off in a desert. I don't know why, I just had a big golden desert in front of me. And really in the distance I could see something and I didn't know what it was. And I went nearer, or I was going through the sand and I was really struggling to get towards it. And it was a little flower. I don't know how I saw it from the distance, but it was a small flower like that. And when I stood there and looked at the flower, there was like gold specks coming out of it. And for my interpretation was that I've been struggling so much and really going against the tide, so to speak, and I'm starting to grow. And the light's starting to come out of me now that I'm trying to help others. Like today was the first day I did my own meditation live to try to help people. So I feel like it represented that. But it's still little. I still have a lot of growth to do. But for me, the abundance of helping people was huge. So I still may be a small flower, but it felt, giant. So that was my first flash. And then I moved to like a field with really tall grass. And there were statues of lots and lots of people. And as I walked past, the people they would just become humans again. But the center of them would be just light. So I'd see the outline of humans, but just beams of light in the middle of them. It was like, whoa. And as I continued to walk around that field and walk past the people, I was saying to myself, you have to forgive. You have to forgive, because it will just make you stone. So it was just tying in everything that you and Carol was saying. And I just think they were quite big messages. I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah, I'll let my dad answer that one because I know many things can come up.
No, it's what is positive. So and you know um, the positive messages and the positive energy and positive light comes in many forms. And um, I the way I visualize it, there is a somewhere there is a dividing line, and when you cross that line, it could be many forms. Um, but then it all kind of fades away into this um, something like enormously bright and positive. Um, so, but everything in the path is, as I think they say that it's not just the destination, we need to enjoy the journey. So, beautiful.
Thank you. Do you feel like I interpreted everything I saw correctly?
And, you know, in early sessions, we discussed this multiple times that let's not get attached to any of the milestones or things on the way. So while they're extremely positive and great, and really, and I see that with very, all sincerity, that it's very positive, but then there is, as you yourself said rightly, that there is so much growth to happen, and let's just be open to that and just
So
evolve.
much growth. The
Like,
thing is, though, I feel like you never stop growing, like you never stop learning. Even once we're not humans anymore, I still feel like our souls continue learning. So that's why I think my flower was so little. But I feel like now, once I got past that desert and I went into a field, I feel like now that means I'm not going through the sand, trudging through the sand. And I just think as humans, we go through so much in our lives, so much struggle, so much stress. But the more
No,
we work,
actually,
no,
I'm just gonna pop in because
go for it.
I think it's amazing that, in meditation, so many things come up, but it's really important to just let go because tomorrow you can have a totally different meditation. And in
Yeah.
satsang, we're trying to reach that ultimate state of enlightenment. So
Mm.
everything is just a step. We don't even want to get stuck in interpreting. This is an amazing thing that you want to absorb today, but it might not be what comes up tomorrow. Right, Dad?
No.
and I mean, just for the, uh, you know, breaking down part of it, the desert sand
Yeah.
is the world. It's the ground we stand on, and the flower is the blooming of our soul. And when the lights come on, basically, um, that's the first step of spiritual evolution.
Yeah.
Um, but again,
Hold on to, not to hold on to the imagery.
right.
Just
Let's
the core of it is the light,
yeah,
and that's the light there.
evolution is key, growth is key, and growth means that we lose what we have and
Yeah.
move further, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just continue to evolve.
But it
Thank
is
you.
amazing, and thank you for sharing that.
No, that's okay. Thank you, guys. Let's see what everyone else came up with.
No,
I could
fascinating.
have just
It's
relaxed.
fascinating. It's just,
Yeah.
and but it's somewhere in one of the early 1930s discussion, my grandfather's guru mentioned that this may happen, this may happen, this may happen, but we don't guarantee any of that. And if it happens, it's not a surprise, but and he goes
Yeah.
on and on. So he knew that these things happen, but he was always, let's keep the eye on the ball and continue.
I will. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So good to see you.
We'll catch up after. Ooh.
Yeah. That was great. If anyone else wants to hop on.
Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Parul.
Oh, sorry. No, you go first. I'm good to go.
Oh my gosh.
You can go.
Hi, Liz.
Okay.
Karan's first, please.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Liz.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll be very short. Just a happy Saturday to everyone. So great to meditate. And I think the thing that resonated a lot with me was what Parul said earlier about when you leave this world, you don't leave with your possessions and you don't even leave with your connections. That actually stood out to me because those are the things that are the most precious to me actually in this world. But you leave with what energy and vibration you cultivate inside. That's pretty powerful. So I just want to thank you for saying that.
Oh my gosh, I forgot I said that. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we spoke on abundance today and all of that. But thank you. That means a lot.
All right, Parul.
Karan's first, Riya ji.
Namaskar, Ish, and happy Saturday, everyone. I'll be seeing you soon. Till then.
Dad is on Satsang overtime today.
Yeah.
Hey, bhaiya. Namaste, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Parul. Hi, everyone.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing great.
It was a very intense session.
I think that's good news.
Yeah.
Where are you today?
I'm on a truck way
Calling.
back to home.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we have
Thank you so much. What are you saying?
No, I was saying we actually had Jaipur Bandara happening, I think, right
Yeah,
now.
I was attending that Bandara before this meeting.
Oh,
That
wow.
was going
Okay.
great. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, if you want to hop back in, I think Dad's gonna talk now.
All right. Have a good day. Bye.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. But yeah, thank you everyone else for joining. It's just me now, so if you want to come on, say hi, talk about today's topic. Ashita, good to see you today. If you want to come say hi. Paula, nice to see you. Geeta Auntie. Yeah, everyone's been super quiet. I get it though, because it's like post-meditation vibes.
Hi. I'll talk. I'll talk about how I don't know what to say because there's so many great points that you both made today, and it definitely triggered a lot of thoughts. But specifically, yeah, what Luz pointed out about what you said, Carl, and then also what your dad said about how we focus more on the negative people in our lives, and it's so much easier to include them in our gossip and our conversations. It feels much more juicy of a storyline than to talk about how somebody brought a very positive energy into our lives. But it does happen, but not as frequently. But then also on the other side of that, I was thinking how hard it's much harder to face ourselves when we are that negative person that is bringing down our environment, that's even tougher to actually think about. And I think meditation and self-reflection are great moments to actually go down. Those are safe timings to actually go down that path and deal with ourselves, because I think that's like the last thing, like we leave that out much faster, because it's the hardest thing to face is ourselves. But when he mentioned that, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, there's definitely negative and positive energies coming into my life, but right now I feel like there's so much work that we can just do on ourselves first, and then think about what's coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one thought that was coming to me was that I think it's easier to fixate on negative, like even when people are so positive or funny or whatever it is, it's like we're not going to fixate on that. We're not going to go home and be thinking about that. But when someone pokes you or triggers you, it's like something that sticks with you, it sticks in your mind. So I think we just fixate more easily on like the negative. And then the other part that you said about, you were saying something about, oh yeah, that it's us. Um, yeah, that's powerful actually, because even me and my dad talk about this, where, what's the guru's role? And sometimes it's that you don't see where you need to grow. It's easier to see it in other people. So I can point out someone and say, oh, they're negative. They're saying negative
Yes.
things. But maybe
Yeah.
I said negative things like earlier today, and I'm noticing it in them. So yeah, my
Yeah.
dad says like our weak points are highlighted by like sometimes like a guru type of person in your life. It could be anybody. But yeah,
Mm, yeah. And I think
so
our ego plays a role in that too.
we don't want to
Sometimes,
see where like,
yeah,
where we mess up or where we say something mean or where we're sarcastic.
yeah,
But when it comes back to us, it's like, oh, that person.
yeah. But the bottom line is, if we can improve ourselves, then I think our surroundings and what we attract will automatically change.
Right. And that's like something that automatically in satsang, it's like we're filling ourselves with a positive energy. That's what my dad's saying, like focus on yourself first.
Mm,
When you're in that, and when you feel that, when you're
yes.
in that energy, then you can go and bring up somebody or something that like is really on your heart and your mind and bring it up instead of bringing it down and, having a
Yeah.
conversation with someone. And then you're tying the other person in that energy and it's like becomes like a whole ball of karma that you've created. And instead you can just kind of come back to yourself and fill yourself up with that positive energy, come back to a good state, and then shift the whole thing. And I've actually seen this work in real life where like once you finally have let go and you're able to like, finally send that person like a little bit of positive energy, like even in how they interact with you, it can change.
Mm,
So
yeah.
we don't leave room for that. We kind of fixate, like people can also change.
Yeah. Very true. And I think that also just takes some time,
Yeah,
because
totally.
it's not black and white. It's not a very visual thing either. It's super subtle. So it's hard.
Yeah,
It takes time to actually see the results of that taking into
right.
effect.
But honestly, I think we should be open to other people changing sometimes, because sometimes even I'll notice like I've created a boundary and then I'm like, oh, the other person's actually
Mm,
acting different and I didn't expect that.
yeah,
And then you're kind of
very
like,
true.
you have a little bit of a wall and it's like, oh, but they changed. So then the whole dynamic changes. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, we can leave room for ourselves to grow and other people to grow. But yeah, it takes time. It doesn't always happen like that, but it can.
yes, yes.
Thanks for sharing that. I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, if anybody else wants to just say hi, thank you guys so much for coming. AC, Paula, so good to see you guys. Ajitha Di, Darudi.
Thank you. Thank you for today.
Thank you so much for coming. Good to
All
see
right.
you.
Very great. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining today. AC, thank you for being here. I hope this charges up your Saturday and you guys have an amazing weekend full of love and full of positive energy. And yeah, thank you. And thank you, Juan, for hosting. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Happy Saturday.
I make an effort to make sure that even if there's a whole lot of negative energy around me, that I am the positive energy for my region.
Period. I love it. Thank you. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. And spread the good vibes. Bye. Thanks, Paula.